evening, good evening, good evening. 3 evenings. How are we doing? Nice to have your company. 6 o'clock, just gone, and joined with the brilliant, lovely. First time we've worked together for a while, actually, isn't it?
It is hard, Scott.
It's not you're presenting or I'm sort of watching.
Absolutely, it's lovely to have everyone's company, and it's a one-day special. It's a bit different as well, actually, because normally, obviously, I'm crafting, I'm making, I'm doing. But today, we have got a selection of lights. And we have got a selection of magnifying products. So something very different for myself.
Which I could definitely always say that magnifying products of any sort always help.
We have got the perfect guinea pig.
Perfect guinea pig.
Which
That's
is
the
hilarious.
nicest thing anybody's ever said.
There you go. It's like, well, today I'm mainly a perfect guinea pig.
So I'm quite happy to be the guinea pig for this hour for you. But this hour is really, I suppose, if you've had situations where, if you've ever said this, and there's so many people that have, put big light on. Put big light on, I can't see. And then you start looking at the bulb and going, is that not, is it going? Do we need to put a bigger bulb in there? Or there's a darker area where you're trying to do your work and, and it doesn't quite work. So this is for those that, to really light up your life,
light up your life. Do you know what I've found as well, Scott? To be fair, like I've popped pictures. We've got some pictures later on to show you. But even if, like, when I'm at home, my crafty room is actually decent. It's got decent light. However, even then, I've found that an LED bulb does make a difference. Because it's got a really wide range of colours that it can see properly. And this is something I've found out when I've been doing research on LEDs. And that makes a difference. When you're crafting, to be able to see the colours properly. Like when you take a photo sometimes, and it looks so much better in proper light than, you know, by the naked eye. You just don't catch the colours properly. And with LED, when you're crafting, even when you've got a decent light, it can make a difference even then. But when it's dark and things, or when you have got that horrible, especially now we're coming into autumn, when it does start to get darker, this can make a real difference.
And those nights are drawing in already. They certainly
are. Right?
And the other nice thing about what you've got here as well, we're going to show you footage in a second, but it's also about if you're doing any crafting that's portable.
Absolutely.
Because this is, you take this where you want, you haven't got to plug it in or anything like that. So it's, if you're going, maybe it's camping, you're away for the weekend, or you're going to go, or a lot of people do travelling and they go on coaches. I hear people do coach journeys or train journeys to place up in another country, where some of the crafting that's they can take with them, this would work with them as well for that.
And it's not just about crafting. I mean, you know, it might be, there's loads. I mean, one of them we've got that sticks on to metal. So it might be in your car, it might be under the car.
True.
It might be just basic things in the home, you know, that you actually need extra light for. Like cooking, you know, like in my mother's kitchen, my poor mum, but her lighting in the kitchen is appalling. And when I go cooking, it drives me mad. No word of a lie. It really gets on my nerves. Sorry, Mum, if you watch it. She knows anyway, because I whinge every time. But something like this is perfect because you can get it's like putting a spotlight on something, so it's specific. So it could be a whole range of things in the home. The thing is, they're cost effective. They're really efficient because it's LED. LED is an efficient lighting system. They're small, so they don't take up much room. We've got the ones that you can recharge, which is amazing. We've got battery operated over there. USB recharging as well, so
everything's done with USB now, isn't it?
Absolutely.
There's a plug somewhere for everything.
So they're really handy. You know, whether it's in your bag, whether it's in your craft room, whether it's in your little tote bag, whether it's, you know, just in your car. They're really handy, and we've got a full different range of systems, but they're all really good price points.
So what we do is we've got a little bit of footage that we can share with you, and it sort of demonstrates a little bit really about the sort of before and after, because if you have been in that situation where you sort of look at something and then you see it in a different room or under a different light and you've said, well, that looks different than that, or actually no, why doesn't it look like that where I am been, or whatever it is you're working with. This will give you another idea. So if you haven't used much LED light and you're using a normal 60-watt bulb, for example, have a look at this and see if this is something you might understand. So yeah, it gives you a bit of an idea, doesn't it? In fact, you don't realise. I tell you what, it points out to me that it's something that you look at and you just get used to what you get used to.
Yeah, you do.
It's not until you see the contrast of that on the screen when you start looking at it and saying, "Wow, that yellow ball of wool that probably looked very different under the LED than it did under the regular sort of studio lighting."
Yeah,
that you can
really does make a difference.
Yeah, it really does. It does
and let's talk you through it. So this is your one-day special.
Okay.
So we've got it clipped on. Right, for starters, you've got the on-off button just there, so just dead easy touch on and off. However, it has got an on and off switch there, which is handy because when you're setting it up, you automatically press this.
Right.
So if you don't want it to keep going on while you're setting it up, turn it off. Because otherwise you will be doing that.
Yeah,
you'll get big position in it and you'll blind yourself. You won't blind yourself, obviously, but you know you'll have bright lights in your eyes. So it's really, really mobile. You know, look at that. It's really, really handy for specific positioning. And of course, it's got quite a wide stretch. It has got little rubber, you can see little rubber grips as well in there. So that helps it, you know, actually grip to things, which is absolutely essential. So it might be going on, we've got it obviously on the desk. So we're saying, okay, this is our craft desk. What would we be using it for? So on your craft desk, absolutely perfect, because you can position it where you want it. Now, something about LEDs, when I were reading up about LEDs, they only emit the actual light source, it's 180 degrees. Most of your bulbs, it's 360 degrees.
Oh, okay.
So that means with something like your LED, normal lights, you have to get something to direct
it.
the actual light source. With your LED, you're not wasting that energy by producing light you don't need. What it's going to do is give you directional light. Now, that's really handy if you are crafting, because, hold on, now I'll show you, I'll start from the beginning. So off, obviously you've got a lower heat, lower light system. Then bring it, and then bang, you've got your proper. Look how bright that is. Now look at that. Now, do you know what? In this light, because we turn the lights off, in this light sometimes, see, I keep clicking it. Sometimes it's really bright. But actually, when you put the lights, when we've got the lights on, it still makes a difference.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Because
you can see that area there,
this blue, right? When with the lights off, if I turn that off, it's not as, you don't see the blue quite as well. When the light is fully on, look how blue that is. You know, you really do see your colours. This is called Colour Rendering Index.
Oh, hello.
I know.
You have done your research.
Guess who's been reading about LEDs? The Colour Rendering Index is the amount of colours a light can see. Some colours we were showing you with the, you know, the regular old bulb. Some light do not pick out, and you'll see this. You'll see it on TV. Sometimes you don't see colours properly, but with LEDs, they've got a really good CRI, so it means you can see colours really well. For us crafters, that is a massive deal, you know, because I can see, you might not be able to see it as well as I can. I can see that green. I can see the pearlescent sheen. You know, initially, when I looked at that, sometimes you don't even know there's a pearlescent sheen, you know, and that's the beautiful thing about it. That just springs to life. It really does make a difference. So whether you're a crafter, this is going to be phenomenal. But obviously there's loads of different things you can do with it. So this is your one-day special. Now, with it as well, if I just take it off, you can see there, you've got your little plug there, or your little hole. Where your PowerPoint goes into, so you can recharge it, which is fantastic because it's really, really handy. But it's going to go on to loads of things, like that clip. You know, I had it, and we'll show you photos later. There's loads of things that you're going to clip this onto.
And actually, you know the other thing, and it might seem like a silly point, but some of them that I've seen before, they do, but they're not very generous with the clip, which means you're pretty restricted. If you put it on, then the weight of it tips it over. But because you've got your two pads on there, and it's a good couple of inches on there as well, where you've actually got contact
Yeah,
on it, which
it's
is going to really work.
substantial.
Yeah.
And even with that, you know, where it could be quite wobbly, that is really secure, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And it does allow you to get really close into
That's
your work
brilliant,
if
isn't
you
it?
need to. Also, because it is a directional light source, it means if you're sitting with people, say in your living room, whatever,
Oh, yeah.
you want to do your crafting, you can be really specific where you're going with your light source. So you're not irritating everybody. You're not doing everybody's head in, you know, because you're sitting colouring in. I've got my lovely colouring in books.
Oh.
Because you're sitting colouring in and you're ruining telly for everybody because you put the big lights on.
Got to that thing? I mean, I don't know. You can tell me. Let us know, by the way, if you do this. And at studio, it's a chanda. But you know that whole thing of. You get some couples now that are in bed and they sit there with an iPad either on each side or anything like that, or one person watches one and the other person goes to bed. This you don't have something even the bedside light on, which lights the whole room, as you said, that whole space.
Yeah.
You're direction, even if you're just reading. This is great for that. So it's just your little light.
And I
isn't
find that because I have a bedside light, I used to, but I'm going to borrow these. Apparently we can't see them because I'm covering everything up. It's a secret.
you can't see what colour she's using.
It's a secret. So, like at home, bedside light, brilliant. If you're facing the bedside light. If you turn the opposite side to your bedside light, you're in the shadows.
Yeah, you are.
Whereas with this, you put it even in my room, and my bed hasn't really, it's not great for putting little lights on, but I managed it, which means you can be really specific on your light source, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
And again, because it's so small, because it's so portable, it wasn't in the way, it wasn't really bulky, you know, really, really practical. There's so many benefits to LEDs. And the thing is as well, I mean, you can have it on for hours. And LEDs, they're really quite safe because your light source isn't getting hot.
Well, I know that the only thing I know with regards into LEDs in my look at, obviously producing pantomime at Christmas.
Yeah.
And one of the venues we're at is a little bit more restricted on power surge and power source that you can have.
Yes.
So it has some of the normal sort of theatre lights that you think of, but because you can't put any extra voltage going through with your big studio lights, like you have here in the studios, and some of those as well. So you have to use LED lights. And the reason why they tested that one, which is what we're doing now with LED for the show, is because they don't use anywhere near the same energy as your regular light bulbs do. So we can actually light up the whole stage through 13 amp, or you can do it through LED and battery, than you would do then the whole rig.
Amazing.
So it really does make a big difference. If you're not worried about big electric bills all the time or big voltages going through, anything like that, this is perfect. And think of it really, it's almost like the battery charge of a mobile phone, isn't it? Because USB, so if you've got a USB plug for that, which is phenomenal. So it's nice and easy, which is great.
And that's it, and it's more efficient, of course, because like you've just said, your wattage, it doesn't need that, that a high wattage to actually power it. It does mean it's more energy efficient, and it also means, I mean, if you're only using a low or requiring low voltage, then it's a little bit safer as well on that aspect if something goes wrong. And you can see, I mean, that is lovely. I can see exactly what I'm doing. The directional source, it's here. My light source is here. You know, it's not lighting the whole room. So it's really, really specific as to where I'm going. I really like these. I mean, it was funny. You know, they asked me to do it, and I'm like, yeah, that's great. And then I looked at them, I thought, oh no. I know word of lie. I thought, am I going to talk for quite a few hours about LEDs? But then, I started playing and started actually reading about it.
Okay.
And then it was like, yeah, actually.
You were giving them to play with as well, though, weren't you?
Oh, yeah.
I think we got some pickies.
Right.
So talk us through.
I'll talk you through. So,
recognise someone on the side.
Yeah, okay. So the reason I craft in my dining room, even though I've got a craft room upstairs, is because of my dogs. Because that's Dave, but Dylan, whose bed is empty at the time, because he decided to go, because I had 2 foot carpet, obviously. So Dylan decided to go away. I nearly said the wrong word then. So this is the reason I craft downstairs. So that's where I craft, and you can see, I mean, that is a light room. You know, that isn't a dark room. However, so hopefully, let's see what the next photo
So what you got,
shows.
is that a thick table that was on there again? So
it took my dining room table, so it's a chunky old dining room table.
Right, okay.
And it's sat on there absolutely perfect. Now, look at that. with the light on, look at the gold.
Yeah.
You can see the gold in the cod. Now, this is today, so it were bright. That room is bright. I've got big windows. I even put the lights on. And yet, look, with this extra LED, I could see the gold.
Yeah.
I think maybe the next photo will show you without the LED on.
Okay.
Because that's the thing. I wouldn't normally think, look. Now,
is that the same picture?
Yeah. Now, to me, this is how I normally craft. So I wouldn't actually be able, the gold doesn't shine out there. That's how I craft. And normally I find, that's perfect, it's fine. But as soon as I put the LED on it, we're like, oh my word, I can actually... You know, sometimes you move things around to catch the lights.
You do.
And we even say that, we'll just catch the light.
Say we do that in the studio, and you can sort of see when you get the light on something, what a difference it makes, and it brings it alive. And you can see you have got a lot of light in the room there.
Yeah.
But even with that directional, the LED on there, you can see that yellow brings it out amazingly well.
And it really makes a difference. It's not taking up much room. It's not costing hardly anything because obviously the LED bulb is so efficient. The other thing is with an LED bulb, now this is another fact.
Come on.
Do you know, I love this, by tomorrow all these facts may have gone. My brain only returns facts for a very short amount of time. LED bulbs can last 50 to 100,000 hours.
Look how excited you were with that word 1,000 hours. Look at that.
50 to 100,000 hours. And because you've got the ability to dim the actual LED light, so if you don't use it on full power, it's even more efficient. How cool is that?
That is very cool.
It's a lot of hours.
It's a lot of crafting to make up for that. I can tell you, just in a little short time that we've been chatting, of course, it's a one-day special. 10% has now already been allocated. Don't forget, on this one, I mean, it's a great price at £20, basically, give a penny. But actually, all you're paying right now on your one-day special is £16.99. So if you think about a great gift idea for somebody that you know that does it, someone that, again, does camping, someone that, again, in the car, someone that, again, you know, that wants to does a lot of reading or caravanning or, you know, whatever it is, even because we've got some other ones coming through, but we're talking about something here that even if it's out there walking for maps or it's like certainly darker at night as well, you can fix it onto things if you're out in the garage or in the shed, wherever it is you do your work, or you just think, do you know what, that's just going to give me that little extra lift where you need it. This is a great way to do it, and you're getting it for, don't forget, not just £20, but £16.99. Your item number you need for your one-day special is 540059, and don't forget 10% has already been allocated. And if you think where you can just plug in a USB to charge your phone, it's exactly the same that you're going to be getting. And for how many hours?
Up to 50 to 100,000. Boom.
Boom. That's a lot.
Boom.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of wattage.
Right. Now, we've also got, that's the one-day special that we got in.
Special.
But we do have other options for you that may be suitable for you for different conditions. So, which one do we want to look about?
Are we doing magnetic?
The magnetic one.
No, this made me giggle. So I'm at, we were trying to find things that were magnetic in the building. Must admit, there wasn't a lot of metal stuff around. So Matt found his biscuits in. So he did say, our lovely Matt is walking off.
Yes.
He did say, you know, middle at night when you need to go for a biscuit raid, boom. It's okay, you're there, you don't need to put the big light on. You've got your LED light so you can see in the biscuit tin. How many of us relate to this? This is actually brilliant because this is quite a sturdy light. And something like this, we're thinking with something like this, maybe in the garage, you know, on your toolbox, maybe it's under the car. Because under the car, if that actually sticks under the car, that is going to be really handy. And in the building, we've got, it's called racking, where we store everything. I mean, that's over, you can't see it, but that's over there in the dark side. It's all over there.
Well, I'm normally hidden in there waiting for a call.
Yes, upside down. Hanging from the rafters.
I'd love one of these. I'd love one of these. Just any light would be lovely.
We don't let him have light. But this is really, really handy for things like that. So it is, again, it's really, it's a fantastic directional light. You can see exactly, you know, look at that. It is very specific.
It is, isn't it? If I turn that around so you can see.
Look at that one. Now, this one is a battery operated, so it's taking 3 of your AAAs. I mean, have a feel of that. It's a metal one, so it feels...
I can see you struggling with getting that one off.
I know, it's a good magnet, that, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
You can sort of see, one of those ones you can sort of see that just, it really does. So
I mean, we haven't got it full of biscuits, you know.
That's because Matt's already been in there.
Yeah, he's
No,
emptied
he's not even a crumb left.
Empty, mate.
So, but that whole idea then of just take it anywhere. You've got the your battery that you can run with that again, and just nice and simple. This now, there's no different settings on this. It's just on and off.
No,
isn't it?
that is just on and off. So it's quick and easy. I think that's the thing. I think if it is more for in the garage or for in the car where you don't want to be faffing about.
No.
You know, you don't necessarily. I mean, when you're crafting or when you're reading at home and you need the different levels of lighting, then that's fine. But if you've got a job and you just want to crack on, you don't want a dim light, you know, not necessary at all. When you want a specific job, then that is absolutely perfect. I love, you can, like, look at that. It's so directional, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that is just such a... You've got such control over where you're actually aiming this, which is just perfect. So yeah, again, really, really sturdy. Again, a brilliant present idea, very, very cost effective, and that feels sturdy. It feels like a very sturdy piece of kit, does that?
Yeah, that's brilliant. That one, 106756. If I was to go for this one, this is just £15.99 as well. So this is your LED light. It's battery operated that you see there, and it is the one if you want anything to stick onto the metal. This is your magnetic one to go with, and it's perfect. Actually, you know what this is good for as well, because our kitchen's a bit dull around by the cooker hob. And we've got a little light on, but it's even when the sun's out, it's not a light room. But you got the sort of the hobs, the top parts of that with the fan etc. They're metal as well. So that's on the top of that as well. It just gives you that little extra space where you try and do it.
Makes a massive difference. In kitchen, it's brilliant.
£15.99. 106756. Perfect. Right. Okay.
Next.
You just turned that off. I just turned it straight back on again. Didn't you?
Rebel.
So I'll just put it down here for a sec.
Fancy.
Huh?
Wherever you fancy. You pop it wherever you fancy, Scott. Bring in the sewing machine.
Okay.
The Husqvarna.
So, right.
Now, this is a cracker. This is another one that you can charge up with a USB, which is really handy. Now, this one, this has been designed more for your maybe reading in bed, maybe reading in the living room, because if I show you, so on the top you've got your on and off switch. Okay, so you've got your first setting, which is your normal.
That's a lot of light.
Yeah, isn't it? From a little one, but look at that. Can you see how that's a softer light?
Oh, okay.
Isn't that interesting?
That's nice.
So, because sometimes that bright light isn't what you want.
Right.
So say you're going to sleep and I read to go to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're reading to go to sleep, that light,
too much
strong light, is a bit too intense. Whereas that light, that isn't it good?
Yeah.
And I didn't even know you could do that with your LEDs. I think that is just fantastic. It's a really handy little light, this. Now, we have actually put it on the sewing machine because, again, we're talking about directional light source. So we use sewing machine. It clips onto the handle wonderfully. I mean, it has got a nice little clip on it, bear with. Considering this is ridiculously lightweight, let me show you. I mean, look at that. It folds up. That is so lightweight. It is just perfect. But it has got, see, that's got a pretty big clip on that. And look, with this one, can you see this little grippy thing?
Oh, you get a little foot thing.
That's really handy because that has got that sort of rubber foot, if you will, and that really helps it grip. So even though this is a little source, that makes a difference. So for things that can be a little bit tricky to hold on to, that really, really makes a difference. So it really grips. And then obviously with that, you can just spin that round. And I think on a sewing machine, that makes a real difference.
I'm amazed how much light comes out of that, because that's the smallest one pretty much out of them, but there's a lot of light coming out of that as well.
It's quite amazing. And when you think about it, that it's a safe heat, you know, that it is going to be so fuel efficient. I think that is fabulous. I played with this one at home.
Where did you play with this one?
Well, I took this one to the kitchen.
Oh, cool. There we go.
And that's really handy because my kitchen, again, under the units is quite dark. And it fitted on units perfect. And I think that makes such a massive difference.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
For a little light, it makes a huge difference. So that one went in the kitchen.
Have you cooked that meal?
No, not yet. I have got so many magazines. I'm addicted to buying magazines. It's ridiculous. I took this one to the bedroom as well. Have we got those photos? I know. Sounds more exciting than it was. Not gonna lie. I was saying, me and a directional light are relevant. I could put big light on it. Dave the dog doesn't care about directional light. He's not bothered.
Have we got a little video clip there? Just checking. Have we got a little video clip we can... Oh, the crew play with them as well.
Fabulous. I love this. Look.
Right, let's have a look at this. 30 seconds of the crew from Achanda talking about the lights. They know about lights and things. Have a look at this.
Hello, my name is Jack, and I work here at Hochanda as a floor manager. As a floor manager, it means we have to pick shows, and the racking can be quite dark at times. But with this little light here, this allows us to find items a lot easier. It is also magnetic, so it will stick to the racking, what means we can do it hands-free, which is perfect for us because it frees up more time, allows us to find items a lot quicker and a lot smoother, and it just makes our life at work a lot easier, and it's perfect for the working day.
That's brilliant. It's the first time we've seen them. That's brilliant. That's our Jack.
I think we're gone. I think Jack... what I like about that as well is that it's the casual lean.
I know, right? Casual lean.
Because that's...
Jack doing the casual lean.
I love the casual lean.
That's brilliant.
But it did make the point, didn't it? Because you saw that. You can sort of see the difference. And that's that dark racking area that we talk about. It sounds like a torture room.
Yeah.
But it does. But it really works. You can see the difference. Another thing about that one's not... battery. That one is again just charge up as well.
The magnetic one is the battery one. The magnetic.
Yes, that one. The same. That one's got the cable as well to charge up with that little one that we just showed there.
Yeah.
So you've got that to charge up. It's very simple. It works very nicely. So if you want those, pop those into your basket. Now here we go.
Magnifying. This is
Day
you,
of my
innit?
life. This.
This is you. So
Because this is what it's like. Even so, for looking at the TV camera and sort of seeing all the details on there, have to have goggles on.
Right.
But when I'm talking, it's like so it's goggles off. So anything, so I'm doing that whole thing. Put big light on. Can't quite. I'm doing this, looking at that. But there's some little gadgets here. I feel like you're Q and I'm Bond.
Shall we do this one first?
Shall we?
Because I wear contact lenses to see far away. At the minute I'm lucky, I don't need magnifiers. However, I know it's changing because I'm having a little bit of problems now.
Now these are going to be perfect because sometimes there's some magnifying glasses.
Right,
I always struggle. Okay.
You haven't seen this yet.
No.
I put all
no,
the
you see, I can't see that. I
testing.
can't see over there now.
Right.
But
right. This is. Can I show you at home? Look how ridiculously small this is. I mean, brilliant product, obviously. Look at that.
Well, I've got to know where you're looking.
Okay, let me give it you.
So I would struggle with this. That would be goggles on and goggles off.
Look at that.
But you see, with goggles off. Right. So we're looking at this one for
the English one.
The English version. Thank God, 'cause I can't read the Netherlands as well there. Medium, the untold produce after drying, a flexible, shiny and colourless, transparent, fine.
So good.
Addressed on a non-greasy, slightly absorbent surfaces enables it. That's amazing.
That is amazing. Because I'm not being funny.
That's amazing.
At that size, I couldn't read that.
No,
And
don't get me wrong, there are gadgets that are available and things like that, but if you are doing possibly like stitch work or you're doing there when your hands are full with whatever crafting or car making or whatever you're doing with that, just to put them on, for that, they're out the way. And it's just like a normal pair of glasses that you're working with, but that magnifies them incredibly well.
What else have we got?
Seriously, I'm very impressed.
So you've got your, they're not quite as, I mean, now I don't feel like we're challenging you. Because that's actually quite big compared to that.
I'd have to put the one for that. I've got to put Gibbs. Right, again, that. For a start, it's in German.
Oh.
Did you not see it's in German? My German, I'll be honest, it doesn't translate. All it does, it just expands.
I can't see it. I mean,
I can read those bits in there, right?
I don't need reading glasses yet. Here's some German.
Here's some German. Read that. Einzuguberken. I don't know what I'm saying there. But I tell you what, though, it makes such a difference in the actual print size. I feel like I've failed you on that test, but I know that there's writing there.
I know there's writing.
There was another box I was looking at. What's that one on the side? Honestly, if you do the whole glasses on, glasses off, I have little indents in the top of my head where my glasses go on top of my head.
See, that's pretty little again.
But this.
That's little again. I can read that one. That one I can remember. Actually, this one I could do to steal, because this I can. Removes grease, etc., etc. I need that. They're not getting that back.
Right. See, I can read that anywhere on that one, does it? It removes grease and dirt and makeup and hairspray. I need that as well. Yeah. Sweat, fingerprints, etc. will not scratch or damage any items.
Boom.
But honestly, the magnification of that is fantastic, and you don't even know that you're wearing them. And they just literally clip onto the top of the frame.
They are light, aren't they?
They are light. There's no difference really in wearing my normal glasses to having put that on the top.
And the lovely thing is, you don't need to touch the actual lenses. You know, that little clip, that's going to hold them, but it isn't going to mark your glasses, so it isn't going to ruin your glasses. And they're only £10, only £9.99.
They come with a little carry case as well, actually.
Carry cases,
which is great. £9.99. That's all it is for those. And I promise you, if you do wear glasses like myself, and you do the on and off thing, or you struggle with print, I'm thinking crosswords, you know, anything, you know, when you're just...
I forgot me. I've left my newspaper somewhere, but yeah, in next hour we can do a crossword.
Do a crossword and try them. But honestly, I know it's nice and simple, but that sometimes what you need, isn't it? £9.99. 504-558 if you want to go for those one. They're brand new on the show today, just £9.99. Everything, by the way, that you order for today is actually on a 7-day delay. So we're looking at dispatch on the 17th for you, just to let you know from where they're being dispatched from. So I just want to give you a bit of an update on that. They're great. I'm bought. I'm on that.
Boom, that's your Christmas present.
Thank you very much. That's me sorted. Great. What else do you bring that makes me see?
This. So now, would you like to remove it from our poor model?
Okay, right, okay.
Our decapitated model.
Okay, yes, now.
So this is a fantastic magnifier. Do you know what? Bear with. Look, my dirty mitts all over it, sorry. You know that spray clean thing that we got there?
Yeah.
I shouldn't be cleaning it with my skirt on, Sally, to be fair. So what you've got on this one, you can see you've got two little bulbs there. They look like bug eyes, because look, when you do that, dink.
Ooh, hello.
And bow, look at that. It's so specific.
Good, yeah.
So what you've got with that, you've got your LED, but then this is your magnification. So what you can do with this, you actually, with this, that'll adjust.
Right.
So that goes around your neck, and then that balances. So it means, for instance, if I was doing this, now can we see this? Do I need to do this at a different angle? There you go, let me see. There. So now I'm doing that because look at that. So now because I want to do some stitching on this, I want to add some beads. So something like that is really going to allow me to see exactly where I'm working. I mean, that is really strong magnification. If you look though, if you need extra magnification, there's a little circle there, and that'll give you even closer magnification.
Yes.
Can you see? Which is amazing. It's very lightweight. I mean, we were chatting actually before about this, and one of our lovely buyers, she was saying about where she goes to pub quizzes. Oh, our Matt, love, I've brought my scissors in, but I don't know where I've left them. Please, sorry, Matt's running about like, thank you, like a very busy person. So she was saying that, now where is it more comfy for me? She was saying that, but lean on my boobs. Sorry, everybody. Should I say that?
Well, I don't think we can get that time back again, so let's just go with it.
Sus.
I mean, it would be worse if I'd said it, so I mean, think ourselves lucky.
My chest. Let's go with chest.
Let's go with that. We'll lose it in the edit. I mean, it's after 6.
It's after 6. It's okay. I'm going to put
We're all adults here.
I'm going to put it there for a moment while you say that. So.
I think I've gone quite red.
I think I'm just going to put my head down. Not look up now for another 10 minutes.
Try to put those glasses back on again.
It's like, you know, when you say something, you think, oh, I've never said that on telly before.
No,
that's an interesting turn up. It's like,
How was your day at work today?
Oh, I've been watching too much Mrs. Maisel. Do you watch it?
What?
Oh, Mrs. Maisel, do you watch it?
No,
I think
I don't know
I'm
what it
really
is.
funny after watching Mrs. Maisel.
What's Mrs. Maisel?
It's fabulous. It's a comedy well, it's just this series, and she's this comedian, but it's fabulous. But yeah, she's quite she's a little bit risque, and sometimes, and I, you know, when I'm watching that, I start morphing into this. Oh, I get a little bit, and I don't need any encouragement. Do you know what I mean? I can't even see the needle now. I can just see a very big hand. That's really
Be
funny.
warned, it might scare you. I could do with one of them.
That really I know, right? I see, it might be after 6, but it isn't that late. Whatever you're thinking, I might be able to say what I said, but you can't say what you're saying.
Off yet. I know.
No, actually.
There's a lot of men on the line, I know that.
No, they're not, it's their wives. No, so I can thread a needle.
You can thread a needle, hello.
Whoa, I haven't been able to do that.
That's going to save hours.
Hey, I haven't been able to do that for yonks. I can thread a needle.
Look at this.
We might be taking off her, but I can thread a needle. So I've got my little. So I've got my
Little tear. Sorry, love. Oh.
Don't you worry. Hey, we don't mind crying.
Oh.
So
Fine. I think that's going to be a Christmas blooper, by the way. That whole
that segment,
Yeah,
the segment of dodgy magnification. The trouble you can get into just with a magnifying glass. Hey, that is a good point. It isn't glass, and actually, I'm quite happy about that.
We're back to being good.
Yeah, back
Straight
in the
back.
room.
She's such a pro. Such a pro. Boom. In the room.
Not glass. Now I like that because that if that were a massive piece of glass, I'd be quite. You know, I'm not very careful. But the fact that it's actually
that would be much weightier, wouldn't it?
Especially dangling around your neck.
Yeah. No.
You know, so the fact it isn't glass, I quite like. I think that's quite magnificent because it is a lot lighter weight. Now, so if I wanted to, say I wanted to sew some of these seed beads on, like with something like this now. Now, where should I sew these onto? I might sew
Look
them.
at the monitor way, because I want to sort of see. I think we can see through.
Where have I put
the
my bead?
difference.
Do you know what? It's they're not big enough.
I don't think she's talking about the bulbs. They're battery operated, by the way.
Can't balance nothing.
3 AAAs. There we go. And that's the size.
That's my batteries.
3. Wow. Scaramanga's now presenting. Right, so we're doing well.
So your skills.
No. Good. Oh. Sure, yeah. How are we doing?
I mean, great. I can see what I'm doing. I'm just rubbish at sewing. I've lost my bead and everything, just trying to get it through. I don't know where I've put my bead. That's magnificent. I think my bead might have dropped off. Worst demonstration ever because I can't.
But somehow it's the best.
I can't even get it through my bit of material. Oh, done it.
Oh, we've done it.
Right,
There
we're
we go.
rocking.
Right,
we're
we're off,
rocking.
we're off, everyone, we're off.
Oh, it's still there. My bead's still there, but it's stuck on my needle.
Oh, this has gone well.
That's funny.
Yeah.
me.
And you've got another day of this tomorrow as well.
I know. By tomorrow,
She'll still be threading it.
This will be a finished project by
It will
tomorrow.
be. It will be.
You'll be astounded. I might check that I can actually get the beads on my needles tomorrow. So
I wouldn't.
No, I won't do that. Actually, do you know what? It's quite weird being able to see what you're doing. It's quite weird when you're used to just being
Struggling in the dark.
normal. Yeah. Look at that. I can actually see that properly. You probably can't see what I'm seeing at home, which is magnificent. Let me show you. So, something like this. If I just hold that there, can you see? Like when you're doing your stitching.
Yeah, you can see that. There's a big difference.
I mean, that is absolutely magnificent. Obviously, not just for your needle crafts. I mean, there's loads of reasons you're going to be using this. It might be doing quizzes. It might be, you know, when you're in pub quizzes, things like that. But it might be reading. It might be, you know, doing your newspaper. It might be doing your cross stitch. I must admit, we have got a little cross stitch kit here. Now, look at this. I'm not going to do cross stitching, but I am going to show you because this is a lovely little kit. But when you're doing cross stitch, I mean,
now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, while you're checking that, I'm going to see how good that is with these glasses at the same time. I'm going to put them to a test.
Because look at this. I mean, that is good magnification. it makes it so much easier, because without that, blur with it, oh yeah.
That's amazing.
And look at the specific magnification.
And if you look, that really powerful little circle of it in there as well, that really brings it up, doesn't it?
Yeah. Considering before, right, but look, bang. And look at it, isn't it funny? I mean, it does make such a difference. So if you have trouble cross-stitching, and the light really helps, because again, that proper light source that is very, very specific, so it's exactly where you want it to be.
I mean, it means nothing
fabulous?
To me.
Yeah.
The letters, Hivid, Vit, White, V's, Wit, Blanco, Blanco.
That's
Blanco.
colours.
Yeah.
Blanco.
And now I think I'm not sure if that's Russian or I'm not sure where I am now. Is there nothing on the shoe that's actually in English?
No.
Call me old-fashioned. But that is a massive difference. Again, just like what you were seeing there, to sort of see that, and again, hands-free and work with that. That's a really, really impressive magnification. They are. Yeah, both of those would work great, actually. If you're interested in the glasses, to go on, details at the bottom of your screen that you can see there, 50558 as well. We've got a big picture where you can have a look at the larger magnifying glass as well, so you can sort of see that working and give it a bit of an idea of the size that will bring you up. But again, that's only $9.99 you're looking at there for the table magnifier. From Siesta Frames, the neck or table magnifier that this will work for as well, which is brilliant. Just £9.99. And that with the light as well, just the batteries, just AAAs that will work on that. And that's perfect, isn't it, actually?
Yeah.
That is, I really like that.
Fabulous little thing.
Right.
Okay, now then.
What else we got?
More. Because I think there's squidging.
Do they? Yeah.
Squidging.
Oh. Does it?
It does.
Well, that's what. Oh, okay. Is that?
And it'll stand up.
In there. Oh, it just stands up like that.
Yeah, because that's your little grippy thing.
Like that. So you're looking in. Yeah. Oh, right. There we go. Look, even this.
It's quite cool, that one.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Where's my little light printer? Oh, there we go. That way.
Boom.
Right. So I'm still playing.
Right.
Okay.
Found something new.
Something new to play with.
Found something new.
We like that. Right. Now where are we looking? What have we got there? A bag.
Leonie's handbag. So obviously we got. I won't go through the full bag. Where'd I put it? Because it's my handbag. Could be out in here. It's quite amusing actually, because before the show I said, I'll get rid of everything.
Did you?
But not random.
You found a pepper. that's where it was hidden.
And I think I love my handbag because it is ridiculous. It is like, look, an onion. Not even joking.
Have you been shopping?
Yeah, I went shopping. I have actually removed quite a lot because I had my mushrooms and my other onions in there. So, but I thought
Is this for that 30-minute meal you're going to make when you get home?
Yeah. But it just made me giggle. I thought only me that I'd be carrying around my shopping directly in my bag.
It's like Mary Poppins on set.
It's ridiculous. But so I've got so in this bag it has got a little front pocket there. Look at that. So this is really, really handy. It's like a compact, like a makeup compact. Yeah. So this is quite fabulous again.
Look at that, wow.
So of course it's going to stand on the table, but then it opens up for you. So here you have got, again, your magnification. So if I show you, I'll do this again. So you've got your little magnifier. And again, that is fabulous.
Yeah, that's clear, isn't it?
You've then got a light on this. Now, you've actually got two lights. That is so you can see that one is quite a bright light at the top, but then you've got the other one, which really directs that light in. And this actually makes a difference when you're having a look.
Some other pictures that can demonstrate the difference in that. So this is our first light that you can see there.
That's
all
my
mixed
thing
together.
again.
Yeah.
My kitchen again. Not
Are
only
you
do I need
hinting you want
light, but I
someone
need
to make you dinner?
magnification.
Yeah, so you can see there. And then we got actually the light which is more specific onto it as well.
And that looks, look at that. That is and this is my kitchen with the, I don't think I had the lights on, but
No, because the actual page outside of where that's magnified looks dark. Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
And my kitchen's got a massive window as well, so it's not dark, you know what I mean?
Right, okay.
But that really makes a difference, doesn't it?
That really does brighten things up, doesn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely.
It really does. And again, it makes it dead easy to read. Yeah, boom. Drain those noodles.
Well, yeah. What I'm amazed about is the actual, one, you get the light, two, you get the magnification, but actually three, the ease of that to get such a sizable piece there, and it again down to the size of a compact.
Absolutely, and it is really handy. So if you've got a book, I mean, because it's so portable, you could take this anywhere. You know, it might be you're going to business meetings. You might be at workshops. It literally anywhere. You know, you could take this with you. It's in your handbag. I mean, it might be just reading a menu in a restaurant.
Yeah, to be honest.
Because let's face it, there are so many times that you go and it's like, I haven't got a clue what I'm eating.
Put big lights on.
Put big light on. Can't see. I can't see. It's mood lighting. The candles.
No, I'm in a mood. I can't.
Candles dripping wax all over me new skirts. So it's wonderful, is that? Because
good.
Again, it's just really, really handy. And of course, you can just fold it back up again and pop it back in your bag, which is really, really efficient.
Wish I was that flexible.
I know,
Look at
right?
that.
I know, that's been doing yoga all its life.
I could do that.
Downward dog.
Well, I've got no words. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Well, who'd ever thought that I'd been thinking about
yoga?
A yoga, a downward dog, and a magnifying, and thought that would really help us.
Who knew?
Could really help us.
Who knew?
Now, the great thing about this is if you are a Freedom member, then you get a fantastic offer. It's £15.26 as well, and that includes your postage and packaging. So 508739 is your item code. You're looking for that one. Pocket size, light and magnifier. You're looking at from Siesta Frames. Really compact, really clean and clear with your two different light settings on that. 508739. We've also got, just give you a little bit more demonstration on that, another sort of bit of footage that'll give you the idea of the comparison that you can see between the two different light sources, between lighting, for example, in a home or in a studio, and the lighting you might see from the LED. Have a look at the difference on these, you'll see.
Problem. Welcome back.
Well, sorry, I'm
colouring in.
Well, I was just looking at. I'm just giving the goggles a go again. I am really.
Are you impressed?
I am very impressed because you know when they're on, they don't feel any different.
than
my glasses.
And actually, they don't look. They don't make it look really bulky. I mean, obviously you've got the little clippy bit, but that doesn't look. It's actually quite subtle.
Seriously, they just fit straight in. I mean, they're just like anything, like work goggles that you would wear for anything you're doing. You just put them on. But you're going to have one of those situations. You're going to forget you're wearing them.
Yeah. Yes.
Honestly, when you look at them, they are fantastic. I am making a purchase, I think. Because I am doing that thing. I'm doing it more. I'm doing it more and more. Where I'm going. I'm just looking things, and I'm like, and it's and then I'm blaming the light, and then I'm getting the kids to read it for me, and there's nothing more humiliating than a 6-year-old saying to you, "Can't you read yourself, Dad?" And you're like, "I can." I'm just. When I was your age, when you get to my age, you wait and see. But they are. I'm very, very impressed. In fact, not going to buy them. I'm just going to pop them in there. Without them,
after show tomorrow, love.
After show tomorrow, yeah, they're great. Sorry, right. What else have we got there?
Can I tell you about this? No, we can't put this on the thingy because on the details, because this is one when you're checking out your baskets.
Yeah.
You might want to get a hold of this. I really like this. Look, this is Boingy.
I love that term, Boingy.
It's Boingy.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you are jogging, okay, look, you've got two. I mean, it might.
Oh, the flashes.
Yeah. So you might be jogging. You might be. It might be your bike. But with something like this, okay, if I stand up, look, I can easily get that round.
I'm glad you demonstrated that, not
But
me.
look, it's proper stretchy. And
I still struggle.
No, you wouldn't. But look, that is proper stretchy.
That is proper stretchy.
I bet, I mean, it depends what you've got on. That might go around your rucksack. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good
If you're
idea.
on a bicycle, that might be.
Yeah.
And because it's
That's
got
really
this
good,
bendy
actually.
thing, bear with, I'm looking round for something to tie it onto. Look, because you can wrap this round, so it means if you've got maybe the back of your bike, obviously it's not just your bike, walking the dogs, it's brilliant for walking the dogs.
Could you put it on the dog?
Well, you could put it on the dog. Yeah, I
On the
mean, on the
collar or just
collar,
on-
definitely on the collar. No, that won't stretch that far, Leonie. Come on, don't be ridiculous. But how cool is that? And because of
So
that,
it just goes in the middle, it goes in there.
yeah. That's a bit rubbish, but I bet I could make it because I would. But how cool, I would make it because that's the kind of person I am. But how cool is that? It's like a rubber band.
That is
I
good,
could
isn't it?
make it.
You
I
are,
was just
you're on
being
it,
a
you're on
bit.
it.
I were being a bit soft there. Look, you could easily make that
You
stretch.
could take that round again.
I could. I
Yeah.
were being a bit soft. How cool is that, though?
I do like that.
I really like this. So with something like this one, that has got loads of uses because look, that's fab, isn't it?
That is brilliant.
I've not seen anything like that. I just think that is so
you get
handy.
two different. So you got your normal light,
You got 3 settings.
then you've got your faster strobe light.
yeah.
And then
Yeah,
you've got
careful if
your
you-
slow. Obviously, I just want to make sure that we're.
Yeah.
I'm not putting a strobe light right into the camera. So you have got the 2 different. So when you check out with all the other pieces that you may have got from this as well, add that into your basket at the same time.
See,
You can
I could do
there,
that.
'cause there's no other details.
That
on
is one that should be in my dog walking bag. And I find with the dog ones that you get specifically, a lot of those I find, I mean, I've been through a lot of those dog ones specific.
Right.
They don't seem to last that long. I really like that. I think that is a decent piece of kit. And it doesn't weigh much at all.
No, it really doesn't. I just think the flexibility, literally, the flexibility of that
good,
is going to
innit?
give you so many options that
Kids
you're going to
will
work
love
that
that.
on as well, which is great. The
Kids
kids
would
will.
love that.
The kids
I
will.
mean, when I were a kid, that would have been great. I'd have been tying that around all sorts. My poor rag dog, she'd probably, it'd have been bad.
Right, let's just have a recap, just in case you, if you missed a great hour as far as
We've had a lovely
I've loved
time.
it. I'm not sure what else has happened, but we've had a good time, and it's been a bit like my old
fun.
biology lessons at times, but then, that's taking me back to being 16. So we started with the 1 day, and thank you for that. Taking it back to the 1 day special, which we started off with, and this is great. Flexibility, you can just charge it up and you can take this anywhere pretty much and you get a
Absolutely.
really good strong beam with this.
Yeah, I mean, LEDs again, very efficient lighting because A, they can last ages.
Yeah.
B, they don't use much energy because it's a very low wattage that they demand to actually power the light source. So it means they're not draining much energy at all, which obviously is something we're all concerned about. With something like this, see, it has got a little switch there. That is so handy because when you're setting it up, you will be turning it on and off all the time. So turn it off until it's ready and then turn it back on again and you're off. It's got your 3 different settings. Sometimes you don't need the highest setting. Say you had this set up at home. So say you were reading at home. I didn't bring any reading material over here. But say you were reading, then you probably wouldn't want the highest setting. You probably only want first or second setting. If you were crafting, however, now that makes a difference.
Yeah.
That brightness, that light, and again, it does come back to the fact that LEDs. They're fantastic at seeing that full range of colour. They have such a brilliant finish. And as a crafter, that makes a difference. As a crafter, I can see the colours I'm using. And do you know what? What I didn't think about when I was colouring in earlier, because I can see properly, and this is ridiculous why I haven't thought about this before, but because I can see properly, I can actually stay in the lines properly. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes when you just take your light source for granted, and then when you look at the proper light, It's like, oh yeah, actually, I've missed loads of sections.
Yeah.
It's funny because when we were doing a Pergamano show, when we were doing the Groovy, then of course they have a fantastic plate that your light box that you work on. And when the light box is on, again, you can see the bits you've missed. With this, I can definitely tell the difference. With that...
Yeah, definitely. You can.
Look. When I put that on, third one, look at that brightness. It does make a difference. It's very portable. It's very lightweight. That's another thing about LEDs. Because LEDs are so small, it means that they can fit into these beautiful handy units. You don't need wires. I mean, this hasn't got any wires.
The only wire you're going to have, and I'll show that here as well for you, Leonie, as well, is just basically, if you think about what you have with your phone charger, similar sort of thing where you're going to just plug that end that you got there, just go straight. So I'll just probably move your light source.
Love.
Just plug that straight into the side there that you can put in, and then you'll notice there at the back is your normal USB cable that you'd have for your regular plug that you'd be using if you're on those sort of phones, smartphones, etc. And then just charge them up again, and then and that's it. You're straight back off again. So, and a good strong grip to put on. So they really are. I think they're going to really help. For those. If you think about those places where, not just for crafting, as Leonie said earlier on, but where are those places in your room or where you go to at your office, at your work, in the garage, in the sheds, in the bedroom, in the loft, wherever it is, where you just think you just need that little extra bit of light, where you don't want dragging and trading cables, where you can get the adjustment and the direction of that light nice and done. Normally around £20, it's $16.99 right now for your deal of the day to go for this one. 540059 is brand new on there, comes with 3 levels. Or who do you know that struggles a certain area, like you say, your mum with a kitchen, for example? Maybe a great opportunity.
It's absolutely perfect for that. Remember the other one, because this is my other favourite. I've got 3 favourites. The one day special, the green one, I love that. That's my favourite, just because I think it's hilarious.
Bendy.
But then that one, I like this because it has got the LED, but I do like that soft light.
Yeah,
that is perfect. I'm having this because...
And I'm having the glasses.
I'm having
We're
this.
off.
For home for reading, that is the one.
You're back at 8
Tomorrow.
o'clock.
9.
No,
love.
9 o'clock.
I'm not going to be in the building for 8.
Are you coming into Good Evening Chanda with us now in a little while? Me and Paola?
No.
I won't take that personally. I'll be there with Paola. Thanks for your company. See you